What is up, awesome people, and welcome to the very first episode of my new series, KrimZen Reviews. My name is Lady KrimZen, and in this episode I'm going to be looking at the story-driven puzzle platform adventure game Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was developed by the company Starbreeze Studios, who are responsible for the games like the two Chronicles of Riddick games, The Darkness and Payday 2, and directed by famous Swedish film director Josef Fares. The game was originally released on the Xbox Live Arcade on August 7th, 2013, and has since then been released on the PlayStation Network and on Steam for the PC. And yes, I know I'm almost a year late, but I do regret not finding out about this game sooner. The game is about 3 hours long and focuses heavily on narrative and dialogue to allow the player to become one with both the brothers. The perception you have of the brothers' evolving relationship is shaped by your own brain's ability to control them with both the analog sticks and trigger buttons to allow the story to be shown to us, not told. The journey in Brothers is an emotional journey that you will never forget. Many have praised this game to the high heavens and back, and this review is no different. So without further ado, let's have a look at Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. We've often heard of the saying, they're sharing a brain, when it comes to siblings or even friends who are extremely close to each other, where one knows what the other is thinking or feeling without the exchange of words. However, Starbreeze wanted the story to ask the difficult question, what happens when that close bond is put to the test? The two brothers, Nai, the younger brother, and Naya, the older brother, become united as one not only by the plot, but with the help of the game's mechanics and narration. Thrust out of their village and into a gorgeous and almost realistic storybook, the brothers' only weapons are their minds, and their only resource is each other. The story begins with Nai paying his respects at the tombstone of his mother, who drowned at sea while he remained unable to save her. Because of this event, Nai is scarred with guilt and naivety. Already we are introduced to the idea of loss and the natural and strong emotions that come with this idea of loss, especially if it's associated with someone you love. After Nai's flashback, we are introduced to Naya, who unlike Nai gained maturity from the death of his mother, and makes it his sole responsibility to make sure his brother's and his father's life is secure. However, he is also emotionally delicate and is easily led astray due to his cockiness and experiences due to his age. So back to the story. Naya calls to Nai to help him take their ill father to the village doctor. Together the brothers manage to carry their father on a wagon up a massive hill where the doctor lives. He then tells the brothers that the only way to save their father is to travel to the Tree of Life and collect the water from there. The brothers then embark on their epic journey through the beautiful landscapes of villages, hills, mountains, caves, and even the Valley of Dead Giants and Trolls that went to war with each other on a very bloody battlefield. At the same time, the brothers also face challenges like the local bully, a farmer's aggressive dog, and deadly wolves. Along with these challenges, the brothers also undertake a journey of self-discovery, as they learn to work together to overcome each challenge. They even learn and work out how to help out the various characters they meet during their adventure, like reuniting a friendly pair of trolls, saving a man attempting suicide, aiding an inventor, freeing a badly injured griffin that helped them before succumbing to its own injuries, and even a girl from being sacrificed by a blood cult. The dialogue throughout the game is in an artificial language, and there are no signs to really provide any type of information to the player in regards to where you must go. You just follow the path, trusting that the brothers are heading the right way. And this parallels the relationship between the brothers. Although you cannot understand what they are saying to one another, you know that they love and look out for one another. They don't know how to get to their destination, but they'll be okay because they have each other. And all that is relayed without uttering a single real word, because the game doesn't need to be dialogue that exists in our language, because the way the brothers communicate is almost psychic. The lack of English dialogue, the characters' comfort in their own community, and the unease you feel as you explore past the borders of the small town is matched with a sense of weight and awe at the game's environment. The game's visuals are gorgeous to look at, and the game rarely lets a few minutes pass without offering some sort of staggering, gorgeous landscape to ogle. There are even benches scattered throughout the game for the brothers to sit on. This gives the player permission to stop and enjoy the vistas, which are not only beautiful but ram home how vast the world Naya and Nai have to traverse, and by extension how vital their relationship is to their own survival. This game makes it so clear that the characters themselves are impressed by what they see. And the soundtrack is equally as gorgeous. The sweetest vocals added that extra charm when it came to their cutscenes and often provided the atmosphere and told the player what they should feel at that precise moment. The brothers' evolving relationship is shaped by the player's own brain's ever-improving ability to control them. Put simply, it's a story told almost entirely through game mechanics. We see so many games striving to be interactive movies, but Brothers is something more akin to poetry. Mechanics are stanzas, and together they pack more of an emotional wallop than some scripts achieve with thousands upon thousands of hollow words. The relationship is further developed in the form of several vignettes. One example of this is when the brothers come across a woman sweeping outside her house. Pushing the left trigger prompts Naya to help with the chore, whereas pushing the right makes Naya attempt to impress her by balancing her broom in the palm of his hand. Another moment is when they find a man sleeping that they need to wake up in order to progress in their journey. Naya will attempt to gently wake the man, whereas Naya will throw a bucket of water on him instead. These moments are essential to understanding the two brothers' characters. Those willing to seek them out will be rewarded with a far richer emotional experience. This is due to the fact that the game is weaving its story, characters, and gameplay mechanics into one. You become a part of the story. You become integral to the structure and emotional connection to the game. The player controls both brothers simultaneously, each mapped to an analog stick. Every action from grab the ledge above to play the harp is performed with the triggers. When I first played this game, I did find it quite hard to control both the brothers at the same time. Usually one would end up running into a wall. Ultimately, the control scheme acts as a defining piece of storytelling. The control scheme is actually very simple though. You control both brothers independently. Naya's actions are enacted with the left analog stick, and Naya with the right analog stick. Each brother also has one interactive button that is context sensitive to the area or person it's being used on. There is a very brief introduction to the controls, which becomes a very strong narrative choice because it allows the player to naturally grow with the brothers on their journey and experiment a little, revealing layers of their characters. Coming back to the point I mentioned earlier about the brothers' communication almost being psychic, we eventually learn that due to the control scheme of this game that the brothers are sharing a brain, which is in fact the player's brain. But a curious thing happens as you help the siblings solve puzzles and work in concert to skirt danger. You learn. You get better at controlling these two despite entities, and in turn they appear to work more seamlessly. Brothers keep the mechanical story moving forward by constantly introducing new gameplay elements. My favourite was when the brothers were bound together by rope and had to swing from ledge to ledge, using each other as anchors, even though it took a while for my brain to figure out which button to let go. Mechanics never had a chance to become mundane. They are introduced, they make their point, the game moves on. When it comes to puzzle solving, each brother has unique traits. Naya is the stronger one and the faster one, so he can pull on heavy levers, carry animals around, and swim through lakes. While Naya, even though he is more cunning and nimble, can squeeze through gaps, but is much weaker and slower in movement. The puzzles themselves, while they are extremely inventive in combination with the dual stick control scheme, they are not the hardest puzzles to solve, but they are still incredibly fun to solve regardless. Though I will admit I did get stumped on one or two puzzles. However, when I was stumped on a puzzle, it didn't discourage me from continuing on with the game, because of how invested I was in the story and what was going on. I always found myself wanting to play more and find out what was going to happen next. Due to the decent array of puzzles in this game, I never found the element of puzzle solving going stale. Each puzzle felt unique and fresh. Gliding through a valley on a hang glider, being bound together by rope and swinging from ledge to ledge using each other as anchors, or capturing a wild troll in a cage. No matter the puzzle, it never felt recycled. The main thing I absolutely love about the gameplay is how it mimics real life. The control scheme mimics a real life relationship between two siblings. If you have a younger or older brother or sister, you will understand where I'm coming from when I explain this. At times you will find that your relationship will be tested. There will be disagreements between you. There will be difficulties the two of you will have to overcome. But regardless of what happens, you are related. Therefore, you are stuck with that other person no matter what, and there is nothing you can do to change this fact. Which means you'll have to solve puzzles together, live together, and even sometimes sleep in the same room together. When you start playing the game, the controls be quite hard to get your head around at first. which makes some of the early puzzle solving quite finicky. But as you continue playing, you will find that even though the brothers have juxtaposing traits, you will still find yourself solving each puzzle that you come across together. The control scheme is almost symbolic or sibling unity, and if you still kind of don't know what I mean, I'll explain what I mean in more detail and give an example in just a little bit. So after the brothers save the girl from the blood cult ritual, they decide to ally with her. They reach a point in their journey where the girl urges the brothers to enter a cave, which they presume is the direction they must head in order to reach the Tree of Life. Before Naya enters the claustrophobic tunnel, Nai becomes hesitant, pulling Naya's hand and tries to convince him that this is not a good idea, foreboding that something bad is about to happen. Naya insists that nothing is going to happen, and since Nai is defenseless without his brother, he follows both Naya and the girl into the tunnel. As the brothers shuffle forward, they start to notice what appear to be victims of mummified web. Something doesn't seem right. In an instant, the girl exposes her true, evil Arkanoid form, and imprisons the brothers in a web and slowly pulls them upwards to feast on. As Nai awakes, the brothers devise a plan to escape. In order to defeat this she-spider thing, Nai must ram into her while Naya tears off each of her limbs. The fight is pretty easy and feels quite satisfying. As Naya rips off the last leg, he is pierced by the spider's venomous pincer and loses colour of his skin simultaneously. Now Nai must carry Naya for the remaining way to the Tree of Life, where Nai must now collect the Water of Life to save not only their father, but Naya's life too. Now, remember that point I brought up about the controller being symbolic of sibling unity? Well, here it is. This is what I mean by that. As you're controlling Nai throughout the Tree of Life, using only the right side of your controller, you start to feel alone, almost awkward. Normally the right analog stick is used to look around in the game, not to move about. It's weird, unnatural, and disjointed. The control scheme is now missing something, and you as the player are not used to using the right side of the controller to move around. What you are feeling is exactly how Nai is feeling in the story, but for different metaphorical reasons. The use of only the right side of the controller is symbolic for the emptiness inside of Nai, and to top it all off, even after Nai retrieves the Water of Life, you find out it's too late to save Naya, and ends up dying in Nai's arms, in the most heart-wrecking scene I've ever witnessed, and it doesn't end there. The emotional knife digs in as you control Nai, again only with the right side of your controller, to bury Naya, a character that even you as the player have become emotionally attached to. And despite never understanding the dialogue in this game, you cannot help but emphasize with Nai. And even after that, Nai rushes home to deliver the Water of Life to his father. However, Nai must cross the shoreline before doing so. He is faced with his greatest fear. The flashback to his mother's death at the beginning of the game explains this phobia, and without Nai there to carry him across like he has been throughout the entire game, Nai cannot cross the shoreline. Using the right trigger only makes Nai step back from the water, but as you realise the ghost of Nai is with Nai, you also realise that he's also in your controller, and by pressing the left trigger, Nai gathers the strength and determination to swim across the shore, climb up the mountain, and use the machinery to reach his father. Even though Naya was not physically there to help Nai, or for you to control with the left analog stick, it didn't matter at all. He was still there to use in the left trigger button, which then became symbolic for the brothers' true strength. As for what happens after Nai reaches his father, I am not going to say. All I will say is it's better to experience the ending on your own. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is not only the most gorgeous looking game I have ever played to date, but also the most memorable game because of the emotional connection between player and protagonist with the most interesting and unique control scheme. This game played out like a movie that you had full control over, with the option to interact with NPCs to help understand the personality of each brother and how each scene played out. The final act of the game left me with goosebumps, and only got more intense as the griffin flies down and comforts Nai right after Naya's death, and flies him back to his home island. That whole juxtaposition between death and new life just brought tears to my eyes. It was like the saying, when one life ends, another one begins. And even when you think back to the fight with the hideous she-spider thing, Naya's love for Nai showed through that coming-of-age moment as he protects Nai by throwing himself towards the spider, while Nai was protected inside the ball of web. That sense of separation with one trapped in the claws of the beast while the other was safe from harm foreshadowed what was still to come. To me, the journey was not only one of self-discovery, but also a journey of coming of age, where each location the brothers travelled to felt like it represented a moment in life for Nai. The village represented childhood innocence and safety, the Valley of Death representing death, and the Tree of Life representing rebirth and new life. Nai was metaphorically reborn at the Tree of Life, giving him the determination and strength of Naya to overcome the remaining obstacles that was left in his journey. My final verdict for this game is a score of complete it or play it. I say complete it as Brothers does have some achievements that add even more emotion to the game, and I do encourage players to seek them out. So if you are interested in buying this game, I highly recommend buying it right now because you won't regret it. It's on sale on Steam for $15. However, I'm not too sure what the price is on Xbox Live Arcade, and last I heard it was free on the PSN. So go check it out. What is up, awesome people? Okay, so you guys just finished watching my review on Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and if you've managed to make it through the entire video and you're listening to this message, I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Was pretty nervous about doing this video. So much work went into this review. Writing it up just by itself took 3 days and a day just to make the video itself, narrate it and edit it. A lot of work went into it, so from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. You guys are simply just beyond awesome. I haven't got any words for it. So yeah, just a few little things to wrap up the video. For those who want to read the actual shortened version of this review, I have written a review on Steam for those who just want to read it. It's there. I'll leave a link in the description below for those who want to read it. At the same time, it'll be in the near future. I can't really give a date to it, but I will be hosting a Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons live stream over on our Twitch channel, Lady and the Pimp. So if you are interested in attending that, I will probably be doing a giveaway when I do it as well, in conjunction with the review, where I'll be giving out probably a few copies of the game. So if you're interested in watching something like that, make sure to head over to our Twitch channel, Lady and the Pimp. I stream over there randomly. Sometimes I'll do quite a lot of laid-back gaming there. Pip Knight also joins me on this as well, and Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you live in the world, he runs Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. I do sometimes attend those as well, and that's usually a good chance to battle either myself or Pip Knight, or just grab our friend codes, or just hang out with us, or neato stuff like that. But yeah, I will be holding a live stream for Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Also, I will be holding a Let's Play. I know I do so many Let's Plays, stopping and starting and all that, but I swear to God I'll finish this one. I'll be doing a Let's Play on this game as well, simply because this is just a game that needs to be shared with everyone, and hopefully if you have watched this review, then you actually look at the game itself, you can kind of see where I came about in some of my points and all that, and just see just how absolutely amazing this game looks, and just see how gorgeous it looks for yourself, mainly because of the fact I did leave this out in my review, that the game is quite universal. It's meaning that it doesn't matter what language your mother tongue is, you'll understand how this game works, and it can play to any household. That even just watching the game you can feel the emotions and all that. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I gotta say. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to see more reviews, let me know in the comments below. So I shall see you guys in the next review or next video that I do. So this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!